In 2014, I witnessed a doctor rip off the insurance company backed by the Federal Depositors Insurance Company. In 2015, I noticed collections trying to kill me. They said your protection ran out. So I tried to subpoena the hospital, but they got to the lawyer and I had to look into it myself. It wasn't pretty. That's not part of my job. In 2016, my protection fled the country. Now, I don't know what impression Washington's under. I supported Barack Obama, but also the Bill of Rights. I know Y2K goes back to the Somalian conflict and why. I'm not stooping to calling him a Kenyan. I want due process. I have never been a hacker to justify Russia's involvement. Now we are mutually affected parties. The guy who raped me in surgery when I was 7 years old waited 28 years to try to kill me before I found out, married with children. Other than that, he has no reason to be in the United States. So raping little boys in surgery is like a work visa for the third world. If I didn't have homos and fucking retards following me around since preschool pointing the finger, robbing, raping, and blaming the victim, I'd have never been in a position for your mistake. But it was a mistake. Roe versus Wade allows doctors to cripple little boys and blame them. You know anything about corporate policy, you know letting them do things like this forces them to do things like this. They have no control. It's all about making money. But somebody has to keep the money spendy. Their valid reason for trying to make it look like I did something when I wasn't even there, or I'm affiliated with somebody who did, is because they're trying to cover up raping little boys. Why would they be doing that if it's the law, or if they were in total control here? We have a third world of our very own here in America. It's called the KKK. No affiliation. Some traditions think everyone has to be dumb enough to be pushed around by anyone dumb enough to believe it. And then you turn around and blame the Jews. But the Jews aren't the ones letting the third world rape little boys to justify taking down the country. The New Deal overtook the antitrust in Vietnam. Act like me, being online too much is an excuse to prevent me from due process against the people following me around raping people. Why they put the whole federal government online to begin with. They're going to treat this place like a colony. The third world supports them to take a dive to stay in charge of losing to the third world. Making up excuses why my behavior justifies the continued persecution of my own people, but it didn't quite work because I was just online too much, so they had to follow us around and rape everybody. Oh, it's because you were online too much. That's why I'm not dead. Been trying to kill me since preschool. Oh, we thought you were dead, otherwise, what, you wouldn't have said shit to my face. Just like you're not now. In 2016, my protection fled the country. We could have avoided the first Trump presidency. I'm not saying the British are blameless, because all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. But the Parliament does snub the black rod every so often to show us that they do not support blackmailing foreign democracies. The Mossad and I, no affiliation at this time for litigious purposes, ran a bona fide Nazi sovereign off the land in 2016. What have you ever done for this country?